Madam, I would like to call for the government to consider setting up an independent office for budgetary responsibility that provides expert, non-partisan, open-source analysis of the government's budgetary plans and is accountable to Parliament. I believe an independent fiscal watchdog is necessary since the government has been concerned of the rising expenditure in recent years, and the Minister for Finance raises the prospect of taxes increase. The public will be interested to know the effect of public expenditure and its actual impact on fiscal position by an organization independent of the government by providing expert analysis. I believe that no individual outside the government has the expert to analyze each year's budget in much depth, and I believe that Parliament and Singaporeans will benefit from the in-depth analysis provided by an independent fiscal watchdog. Such an office also helps to improve fiscal governance by holding the government more accountable through better transparency. There are countries that have an independent budgetary office. The UK Office for Budgetary Responsibility was established in 2010, and its missions are: 1. To produce detailed 5-year forecasts for the economy and public finances. 2. Judge the government's performance against its fiscal targets. 3. Assess long-term fiscal sustainability. 4. Evaluate fiscal risk. And 5. Scrutinize the government's costing measures. The independent analysis of such an office can also provide input to the elected president on whether or not to veto supply bills, should the government wishes to draw on reserves not accumulated by the current government. Given that this is one of the most important decisions the president might have to make, there should be a non-partisan, professional and specialized outfit putting out independent assessment to assist the elected presidents. I'll move on to the next card. Madam, the Minister for Finance appears to be laying the ground to prepare Singaporeans for the rise in taxes. He said that, I quote, "We will have to raise revenue through new taxes or raise tax rates," unquote, to keep our finances sustainable. I would therefore like to ask the Minister, what are the new forms of taxes that he is considering? What are the Ministry's considerations in introducing new taxes? And what are the principles guiding these considerations? There has been widespread speculation that the government is looking to erase GST, with experts and journalists suggesting that it is no longer a matter of whether the government will do it, it is simply a matter of when. I would like to ask the Minister, is he planning a GST increase as a revenue measure before the end of the decade? If so, when is he looking to implement this increase in GST, and by how much? It is widely recognized that GST is a regressive tax that hurts the poor much more than it hurts the rich, which is why the government has been providing GST vouchers in an effort to correct the impact on lower-income households. However, GST vouchers do not fully offset the amount of GST paid by lower-income households. I would like to know whether the government has exhausted all other cost-cutting and revenue measures, hence have to raise tax. If the Minister is indeed considering an increase in GST before the end of the decade, I hope he can be upfront with Singaporeans now, so they are not blindsided by the government as they were with the sudden 30% increase in water